just in case. Great. Just putting my Facebook in the chat, my Facebook link, and then Lody's also. So we can connect through there. Right.
Sir Roderick, where did you get the link?
Through the Messenger, Facebook, the gpms.world Philippines.
Okay. So just look at who shared the link, and most
Krystal.
probably I am. That's my account.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we can get connected through Messenger.
That I
Yes.
just put it in the chat. Also, the second link is to your page.
Mhm. Then I can share it to you the paraphernalias, the forms, the tarpaulin, even the t-shirt design. So
Okay.
we have made lots of materials.
Okay. Now, Lodi, Mariana, with regards, I know we're still actually in the phase of collecting consents. I mean, all over the world and everything. And I know our target would be, is it like 4 or 6 billion? Is it consents?
4.
And so 4 billion. So what happens now, say, if we already have this 4 billions, and are we supposed to submit this to somewhere, or what if, like, say, for example, the 1% of this they think that they're the powers that be, that say they would still trash it out, the referendum or the consents that we actually already gathered and everything. What is this I mean, people that they tend to be, that they're in power, they would still forget about it. I'm just, we'll do whatever we wanted to do, and you do what you want, but we're still actually going to implement what we wanted to do. What would be the turning moment or point that this needs to be, like, say we already have the majority saying that we wanted to have a new system. So what would be the, how powerful would that be then? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Do you want to go, sis, or I go?
You can go.
Because we're, well, in the webpage, you can see that we have like 3 phases. So we're in phase 1, that is just spreading the voice and letting everybody know. And we already established that as things and people start waking up and observing what's in their current reality, and they see that the governments actually were trying to just stress them to death, and that they try to actively kill you through different things that they wanted to oblige you, or to make you think that you're obliged to, because then at the end it's always voluntary. It cannot be obligatory in any part of the world. You can only think it is. A lot of things that are going on in the current system is because people keep energizing that by believing that they exist, and that we must and we should listen to these doctors, to the WHO, to the United Nations, to all these organisms that now we are seeing they're losing their followers, just to say, because we see like human rights, they never did anything for the human rights, and the governments actually never did anything for the people, just for that 1% that you talk about. All the money like goes to just a few, and then we actually have 90% of the world in poverty or more. So what we are doing is, at first, is spreading the voice. And the second phase is like the point that you're talking about, when we got all the people, we got all the consents in one place. So the elections been made, and now the people won. We chose ourselves. We won. So the second phase is to proclaim it. So there, everybody that signed and everybody that knows everybody, we're gonna just say everywhere, because also I don't know how to say it in English, but in the system, the actual system, it's a thing called that you cannot be ignorant to what is happening. So if I make a notification saying this is what's happening and they don't want to see it, that's their problem. But we proclaim it lawfully that now the people's going to take charge of everything that exists in the world. So imagine that when we get to those 4 billions, it's very, very possible that it's not going to just stay there. It's going to keep growing exponentially because all the people will want to come to this boat that is the boat that is still going and it's colorful and with music and everybody's singing and dancing and not in the one that is sinking. So, and the third phase, it's just implementation where that's why we need to connect a lot more all around the world, but mainly inside of the countries with your own neighbors and communities, because there's the like the niche that of the community that they know what that community needs to be done. It's not going to be the same in the implementation phase. It's not going to be the same in any country because everybody got different needs. But the people that are the ones that know those needs with unlimited resources, they can take care of everything. So that's why we want to and we wish to have like this administrations and people start talking to themselves from now, saying, okay, when we get this unlimited resources, we're going to be able to do this. This is going to take care of that. And we all know each other. We all know who is good at, okay, rolling the numbers, who is good at just trying to make all the pipes go well so the people got the water. And we know all the people, they know their roles. They're just waiting for the go signal, the direction that is going to happen with this third phase. But imagine that this creation of money already happened in the history of mankind, and the governments cannot not let you do it. They cannot do it. If we, as a group of people, we decide, we agree on something, nobody can tell us that we can't. The thing is that we can only trade and operate in a small piece of land, in a small community, because then what the governments and the system does is it doesn't let it grow. It's like, okay, they can exist, but there. And then with time, as people want to trade with people from other parts of the world, that loses weight, loses the belief, because it's backed by a very small amount of people. But with this, that is backed for half plus one, as I like to say it, of the world, that energy it's gonna be manifest. There's no way that that 1% can stop the rest of the world from choosing what they want. So that's the thing. Even in each individual country, in the Philippines, you are approximately 120 million Filipinos, and you have less than 30,000 people in positions of power. And if all the Filipinos, they agreed together that since tomorrow they're not going to listen to them and they're going to listen to another thing, and that includes all the military, the police, because they're people too. They're your daughters, your aunts, your brothers. So, and the government won't be able to compete in this new reality because a policeman or a military, will they choose to go and fight against one of their brothers and sisters when they paid almost nothing? They're treated horribly. And all the things that are tried with the people, all the toxics, the ones that they tried on first. And or they can choose too to be part of this fraternity we're creating, where they pay a wage for themselves to do whatever they wish to help. Because there are people that they signed up, the same for doctors and so many that signed up for service to others. They have it in their hearts, they want to help. And in the government system, the actual system, they're just harming people. That's also, they're going to realize that also. So when the governments are going to say, okay, just trash the people, they're just going to say, no, no, we're not going to do it. we see a lot of freedom fighters that they're trying to fight the system, but when you try to fight something, you're energizing it at the same time. You're giving it existence. If I ignore it and I say, no, no, we're not going to do that anymore, and 120 million Filipinos tomorrow, they say, okay, everybody's got to have a pill, just to say, so we don't get censored, just to have a pill. You have to have it. And everybody says, no, they cannot force you. Not when everybody is in unity. That's why the answer relies on this unity. And that's also how everybody individually is going to feel stronger. And they will say, oh, look, I can say no to this for my own good, being kind to myself, not accepting something that is harming myself and my children and my grandmother or grandfathers. So it's our responsibility, and now is the time to make this happen. So when we unite, there's nothing that can stop us. And this also, just to leave it here, it's a divine plan given in this special moment in humanity, when all the turmoil started, when these powers, when they were like doing this pressure over humanity and everything, they just went all in between the pandemics and the socioeconomics and wars that we don't even know what's going on. We just believe what the TV says. That's exactly what we must not do anymore. We just have to, shut down the TVs and talk to the community. There's a lot of people that they're feeling the urge to do something. So this is divine. This is a divine timing that everybody will start also to stop being in that place of complacency of saying, well, what you gonna do? I got a roof. Well, I can still pay to have water. What you gonna do? No, this is the time to say we are God creators here on earth, and we're coming to create heaven and earth. We're not coming here to survive. We're gonna live a life that we can enjoy and thrive and create more and more to share with our brothers and sisters. That's what this is about. As the frequency in earth raises and the fears, they will have to drop in one way or another. That is happening too. People will start to see, also seeing, what do I have to lose? I'm already enslaved and I'm paying to be enslaved. You have more people in the same house with less commodities, with less, everything is feeling like it's smothering us. And we will feel that we must do something about it. And this is the time to do it. And I encourage everybody to share, to make GPMS viral, but mainly to do the research. If they're still in doubt of what's going on, just do a little bit of research. You can find everything online of what's going on, of what they're trying to do. There's never been, this is unprecedented times, there's never been so many people on one side uncovering truths and showing you what's all about, and a lot of doctors talking about all the injectables and how now they have the data of what they are actually doing. Now we have the numbers. Now we have that data. There's going to be people that are still going to deny it, but most of the people, they will have it right in their faces. And also, there's never been so much people around the world that are talking about consciousness, expanding consciousness, opening the heart, connecting your heart with your mind so you can be your higher self. It's everywhere. Everybody is talking about these same things, and the age of Aquarius and the end of time and apocalypse, Armageddon, all these kind of things. And we are the ones that are going to create this new reality. It depends on us. And this plan is to make things really smooth, and we can fix things very, very quickly. The majority of the souls on earth, well, all the souls on earth, the majority of the beings actually on earth, they're all benevolent. The system was the only one malevolent. And some souls like, well, they fell under that control and they made bad choices. Now we're gonna be forced to just make the right choices. And the right choice, the definite choice, it's GPMS. And I encourage everybody also to research GPMS. And and I even dare everybody to say, where do you see it's not transparent? It's not empowering every individual for us to unite, to live as this love in light gods that we truly are. That's what we're bringing, and it's time.
Yes, it is the time of the great awakening of humanity. And GPMS is the divine instrument of the grand ascension. We just have to unite. We just have to spread that this is it. This is
Mm,
how we are going to ascend humanity's ascension. We are co-creating it through GPMS.
mm. And that requires the belief in oneself and when we could do. And when we unite, there's nothing we cannot do, because we always iterate this notion of having all the experts, the benevolent experts, and all the people that spend all their lives studying, doing research, developing these machines that we know they exist, that they get water, drinkable water out of so many devices, cars working with water, electricity, having harness it from every way that you can imagine, like from fruits, from the trees, from the from the air, from everywhere. Imagine all those people working together for the greater good without any kind of limitations, as silly as taxes and that you need resource. There's no excuse. Imagine that the governments are using all kinds of excuses. They're saying we're buying a $9 billion jet, so that we don't know what they bought it for. It's not for us. We didn't ask for it, but they don't have the money to put in healthcare or in sewage systems. So it's ridiculous. So the only thing we're doing as the shareholders that we are about everything that exists in the world, we're just removing the people that are doing their jobs in a malevolent way and just putting the benevolent people that they will do and become accountable of it. Because that's another thing. We go to the governments, they say, you didn't do it. But you said you were gonna. Yeah, but we have to destine the money for who knows what, for PCR tests, that they don't test anything by definition. So it's ridiculous. We need to awaken to that concept that if we want things done correctly, we are going to have to do it ourselves. So we are getting in a position of more empowerment to believe in ourselves and to trusting ourselves and our fellow brothers and sisters. That's anyway the way that we're existing right now. We're all, alive and having our days to day thanks to the community, thanks to the brothers and sisters that they're always helping each other with minimum resources. Imagine just the same thing, but with unlimited resources, all that we could do. We also encourage that to start thinking about all the positive things that we will accomplish. The matter is just when. But when GPMS reaches inception, everything is unlocked. New healing modalities, free energy for everybody, just cleaning Mother Gaia as if it was a pristine, just created. We do so many things and stop energizing that I see also in some groups. There are people also put in some videos of people talking about, this the disaster that happened here. Oh, don't drink this. That has the again, it's all fear based. We don't want to give energy for anything that's fear based because I see it in particular as a distraction. No, we need to be here in what can I do now to start creating that future with whatever I have. And the first thing is with myself, behaving as impeccable as I can in an honest way with integrity. When I say something, then I have to honor that. And if not, I have to communicate and say, why can't I? And renegotiate, but we have to bring again the value of the word. And so it would be easier then to trust each other, because a lot of the trusting also was kind of tampered in the past. We cannot trust anything or anybody, because you're gonna get, attacked from somewhere. Somebody's gonna fuck you up in a way. No, and that makes us go to a stress mode. And in stress mode, literally, we are more stupid. We cannot think correctly. So the stress brings all kinds of diseases. As a medical doctor, and all doctors know, 99% of diseases are because of stress. We are removing the stress factors. Imagine never worrying again about money. But now the challenge is to start functioning in that way that we want to create, start functioning in that way now. That's why when we say, and you're asking for 1 peso, 2 pesos for the photocopies, you're still fear-based. Because if I don't do this, I won't be able to do that. No, just trust, communicate, talk to your brothers and sisters, and the help will appear from someplace. Or you'll have another idea of how to do it. I have some blocks of some pamphlets I got from years ago. I can write it on the other side. Yes. Do what you do with what you can, and start envisioning that becoming more creative of how to be able to reach more, to do more. We also are facing, and people will have to become accountable when they say, and we heard it a lot in the Philippines, that they say, oh, I got this many followers, you're gonna have 20 million people consents in GPMS by the end of the month. And the same happened in other countries also. And then we're just looking and it's no, it's moving, but it's moving in, 50s, 100s, maybe 200s. And if we go at this pace to reach 1 million, we were saying it would take more than 20 years. And we're not gonna wait that long. That's why we know that some things are gonna happen in the external world that will make this thing faster, but also in the internal. We also are feeling the urgency and having the feeling that this will go viral. We just don't know yet when or how, but we keep trusting. We know that that's what's going to happen. So we just work on that basis. You never know who you're going to speak with and who is going to meet on the way to wherever. So we just say now's the time just to share, spread the word and share. That's where we are now. Yeah, Roderick.
I actually been talking with lots of Filipinos here about the concept of GPMS, and they're actually very curious about how it's going to work and everything. So, I mean, with my conversation with them, it's I think the only one of the major blocks they that I see that it's kind of like a blockage for them is that they kind of like wanted to help out the country or go back to the Philippines though, because most of them, the people I know, they actually live in the US or Canada as well. They still actually somewhat on the fear base that if they go back to the Philippines, it's they find that it's not be able to somehow sustain their their either financial needs and stuff like that. So but like I normally somehow ask them like it will come a time that but most likely they're not ready yet to somehow be on that mode to be with the GPMS, or they're still not going to be in line with how they work. But I just let them know that, whenever you become ready to partake in this movement, then it should be it will come to you and you would know. So that's basically the one of the common blocks of the Filipinos living in abroad, that they fear and they think that it will not be able to somehow sustain them about
Mm.
the day-to-day living in the Philippines. Whether it's going to be a healthcare, or it could be the cost of living and how they get compensated in the Philippines or something. But I told them, like, that's you're talking about the old system, but we
Mm-hmm.
were actually creating a new system.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's the way they think. It's like, transitioning from the old system to the new system. How are they going to somehow transition through
Mm.
that phase, though? So that's the majority of or the common concerns that they have as well.
Awesome. The first thing I would like to say is that we understand all the concerns that they have, but what we're asking now is just like the idea. And maybe we can show them what they do with the actual system, where they have some people making a lot of promises for them to elect them, then they get elected and then don't do as they said. We are doing that, but we're gonna be the accountable ones, that we are gonna do as we say, because we are gonna do it. So just explaining that, saying you're already doing it. Here, what we ask is a vote. It's just a vote. And the quicker that we share it everywhere, the quicker that we're gonna have the amount of people to make this happen. Not everybody is gonna be hands on the machinery that is gonna make things happen, and maybe they don't even know how they're gonna roll out the money. How is the money backed? It's like, don't worry about that, because there's people that they know very good how that works, and they're gonna take care. They're your brothers and sisters, benevolent. You can trust them. You can trust yourself, you can trust them, because we're creating all this system that is based in purity, in trust, in all these good virtues, It's nothing like that, the system that we know. So it's just asking, do you like the idea or not? Then you'll see where you'll participate, how you contribute to society. It doesn't matter now. Now it matters. Would you like to live a life that it's in absolute freedom, just with one moral rule that is natural divine law, do no harm, and with infinite abundance? Would you like that or not? If you like that, please go to a webpage, consent, and share it everywhere. If they don't understand anything, but they understand just that concept, would you like it? Yes. It's like making a field trip and just putting all the people that would like to go somewhere. We're not getting the tickets. We're not going where we're going to stay. We're just asking who would like to do this trip. It's just that. So we simplify it, because then people go, they want to go to all the complications and how we going to do, and I'm going to in the transition. If GPMS goes viral, there will be no transition. We can do things very, very quickly. And in the meantime, also knowing that you will have this in a new currency value of $10,000, 20,000 the first month, and then $10,000 every month for every individual of the community, of the family, since the baby 1 day old until the oldest granny. You know, people are gonna say, the grannies and everybody that's got like money saved, they're gonna say, well, use it. I'm not gonna need it anymore in a very, very short time. So also those things that we need to the transition to get to the inception of GPMS, because I'm gonna do that too. Like my partner here, Lee, also, he sold his house. He says this GPMS is coming. I don't need that. Bye. With that, I can live and I can assist brothers and sisters, is helping also a lot. And he did say also for everybody that is interested, Lody, that if they send a message to Lody or to me through Facebook, we can then also give you a link in a private manner, a link to the contributors group in Telegram if you have Telegram. That's a more like focused group for people that want to contribute that are all over the world, also from people all over the world. So thank you for the question. Yes, when we see that kind of consciousness, the most fearful you fear-based you think they are, the shorter version we say. When we got higher consciousness with less fear, then we can spread it a little bit more. But if not, it's just, would you like unlimited resources, living with everything you need, everything being paid, and absolute freedom, not answering to any outside authority, just respecting natural law, do no harm? Do you like it or not? Do you like the idea? Well, please go here and consent. Sis, if you want to add also.
And with the people here doing the legwork, I think that's how they are doing it. They will just go to a family, the poorest of the poor, should I say, and then they will just ask and they will just explain that we will get this and this much money upon gathering the 4 billion votes. And they will just sign their names. No more asking, no more explaining. That's how they gather so very, very many names. And
The same with
submitting,
children.
yes, submitting it to me through Messenger, through uh, turning over it to me hand to hand. They are just so very interested in uplifting the lives of Filipinos soon, very soon. But we need more. We need the other countries. So I'm always telling to them, if you have OFWs relatives, if you know somebody in other countries, please share it to them, because we Filipinos, we inspired the world when we did um, replace an administration way back. If you remember the EDSA revolution, we did it. We inspired the whole world. And so this time, at second place in the counter of GPMS, we are moving, growing the number by hundreds daily. So before it reaches 1 million, it will go viral. And I'm hoping that our brothers and sisters in the other countries like you, Brother Roderick, you can help us with this. And I'm so very glad that you showed up tonight and we met you finally. You're the first one that I have known who is in abroad but into GPMS already. You're the very first one. And
I
hopefully,
will
Mhm.
I will surely spread the word to some of the fellow Filipinos here too.
Yes, yes. So nice to hear that. And I can feel your sincerity, brother.
But yeah, so with the registration, just send me the link or any information. How could I be of help? And that way, that could be some uh, kind of like a load off your plate, the two of you, and then that could somehow you could concentrate on some other stuff. And I'll just do my very best to like help with the registration, and that could somehow free some of your stuff that you have to do.
Yes, yes, I will.
Thank you so much, Kuya. You're lovely, man. You guys, like, I gotta say, your energy is like so soothing, and I'm sure that we'll meet in person also. Yeah, when we'll have no borders and we'll have free travel and everything. Imagine.
I
Yes,
will be there. I will be there. I will be there by next year. So hopefully I could get to meet you, Lodi and Mariana too.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm here in Pandacan, Manila. We can
Ah,
easily
okay.
meet.
Okay.
Maybe I can catch you
Awesome.
at the airport.
Oh, nice. So I'll
Yeah.
be there for a month next year. So
Wow.
hopefully we could somehow get together or meet up in person.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we're just celebrating that we're reaching the
Mm.
inception point by that time.
Yeah.
Let's be positive. I'm just checking, and to date, that is 18th of September again. It's 14,084 and rising. So we can do it. Over 60,000 in the general count. So yes, 60,756. So here we go. Yeah, this moment just to share it everywhere. We also see about if our brother also that too Al. As soon as I know, I also gonna put it in the GCs. But he's gonna do a festival, a Heaven on Earth festival in I think in San Pedro. He doesn't have the date yet, and well, we were looking forward of having like a kind of a booth of GPMS, of like a tarpaulin, a space where people can also share and hear about GPMS. So that would be great.
Mhm.
And everything that we can imagine or doing or we can create to spread the word, everything is welcome. And because sometimes people like ask, can I do this? And it's like, brother, sister, you can do whatever you feel from your heart. You want to share in whatever, you want to just
Yes.
paint it and
Look at this.
put it in like, yeah, in my arm and just go like this. Yeah, everything. I also go with some the QR little also little papers that you did, Lodi. I still have some, and I'm sharing here in Cambodia too. So everything that we can. I had personal cards also, and to every card, just writing it down with my handwriting, I just put gpms.world in every single one of them. It doesn't matter, and I use it as therapy. So people also use those kind of situations, just grabbing a page, putting the web page, or putting this kind of input pages that we did, the name, surname, and then hand it over. Whatever you can do, everything is welcome. And please don't feel that you need to ask for authorization or anything. And this is all inclusive. We respect all religions, all ages, all there are no borders. We're all equal, and it's time to unite. Sister, if you wanna close, we got now like kind of like 40 seconds. But please, Roderick, reach out in the Facebook link so we can message you
Yes.
there
Yes.
too.
And
Okay.
And thanks, Emily and Cyril.
I think this is it, and we can say bye bye.
Bye. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you
Nice to meet
too.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Cyril. Bye bye. Love
Bye,
you all.
bye, Emily. Bye, Roderick and Cyril. Bye, Mariana.
Bye, sis. Magandang gabi, ate at kuya.